You see this picture here? Things don't always go as planned in life. In other words, what do you do when shit hits the fan? This is not your typical productivity video. This is about how to survive, how to keep your head above water. And the solution starts by just surviving one day at a time. Welcome to my world. I'm in this chaos right now where absolutely nothing seems to be working, but I still have those 47 or maybe 57 items on my plate. Let me start by putting the phone again here in the tripod. Cash flow lawsuit, video flopped, kids, bathroom leak. So all of that is part of my life right now. So I sold my house in December. Now there's a bathroom leak. My contractor goes bankrupt. My new business is not cash flowing. My kids, I worry about them, of course, as a parent. There's constantly something. I know that actions fix all feelings. If you didn't know this, by the way, one of the problems we have is that we let feelings and thoughts dictate what actions we take. So we ask ourselves every morning if this is worth doing. How do I feel? Do I have a good day? Do I have a bad day? And then we determine or decide based on that if this is worth taking action on. Now, the solution is always to just take action first and the feelings will follow later. But you probably knew that already, so I'm not going to bore you with those details. But just to let you know, this is really the root cause for many of these issues here. But again, today it's all about first getting clarity, because in this state of mind, we have no clarity. We're just completely overwhelmed. When I woke up this morning, I'm standing there in my bedroom. I feel this weight on my chest. It's like somebody's choking me. I can't breathe because I have so many different things. And trust me when I tell you that I've been practicing this thing, meaning taking action and knowing that actions fix all feelings for 30 years. I should be the model student when it comes to this, but I still need to remind myself every single morning, especially now when the going gets tough or is very tough, that I need to just take it one day at a time and focus on the relevant actions. But as promised, let me talk to you about the solution. It's a 3-step process, very simple. The first step is to survive today. I'll give you a couple of analogies from the sports world, first one being a marathon and then me training at the gym. But think about it. If you are a long distance runner, so you're at mile 15 on a marathon, you're out of gas completely. What do? You don't start thinking about the finish line. You think about the next corner. But the going is really tough. You just have to simplify it. Pull everything closer. Forget everything else and just get back to the basics. When I'm getting ready for a heavy squat set and I have all of this weight on my back, what do? I don't worry about next week's workout, let alone what happens in an hour. I just worry about the next rep and the next set, right? That's all, just to survive. When you have a conversation with your kids, they come from school and they ran into trouble or whatever. You don't try to have a long distance phone call with them. You pull them closer, right? So you cut all ties to all medium to long-term goals or dependencies. You basically want to just take everything really close because that's how you control them. So when the going is really tough in our personal life, it's the same thing with that physical dependency. You just eliminate everything else and you just look at those one-day goals. So in my case, survive today means that I just don't worry about tomorrow, let alone next Friday or next year. I just worry about today. I just try to survive. And it's a success if I was able to survive today. I'm still breathing at the end of the day and I was able to complete the task that I identified. Which takes me to second point. To get clarity on a daily basis, out of those 47 things again, pick one activity first. Usually what I like to do is that I just take the smallest thing that moves the ball forward a little bit. It could be a 5-minute thing. Like this morning, I mentioned I was super overwhelmed, but I knew that I had to send an email to my bookkeeper. I actually had to identify a couple of invoices to them, and that's what I did. I felt really good about it. Immediately a little better. It doesn't need to be job related or business related. It could be just making your bed, fixing breakfast, emptying your dishwasher, doing something that takes you forward, makes you a little better, moves the ball forward. And then after that, you would be surprised how much more clarity there is because you get that sense of accomplishment. I'm back in the game. Come on, yes, I'm back in the game. I can do this. And then that's what usually happens with me. But like I said, don't beat yourself up if you have to do this. Repeat this process every day because I have to do it, especially now when I have so many things that are really not working out, so to say. So nothing seems to be working, no results. So I have to literally do this every day. Pick any task, a 5-minute task, and then number 3, ask, what's today's signal? Super successful people are exceptionally good at identifying what's signal versus what's noise. Noise is basically everything else. Signal is that one thing or those two things that move the ball forward the most. Grow your business, make you personally better. Out of those 47 or 57 items, what are the two things that you need to do today? And then you put all your energy, all your effort into those couple of things and you complete them. And the success at the end of the day is when you survive that day and you did those things that you identify. You have to say no to those other 45 or 55 items and you do the two, or maybe it's the one thing that you do. You complete that task. Using myself as an example, I mentioned here, my trivial number 2 task was that email to my bookkeeper. I immediately felt better. What did I do? I'm here. This is living proof. The same day, today is Thursday. I'm here, October 16th. I'm recording this video. I knew that out of all of those things, leaking bathrooms, potential lawsuits, all of these items, people calling me, complaining about warranty issues, I just have to postpone or ignore them at least for now and focus on promoting and marketing my business, because this thing that I'm doing right now here when I'm trying to grow my new business is the most important task I can do. And after this, if I have time, if I have energy, I will tackle the other stuff. And on most days, at the end of the day, when you have been able to eliminate everything else and you actually review your own work, you actually notice that, hey, this was the thing that I identified well. But you won't get the clarity unless you're able to just cut all ties to all of those worries that you have down the road. And then by doing that one thing that sets the tone for the day so that you can see what's really relevant. Hopefully this helps you. Like I said, don't beat yourself up if you have to remind yourself every day. That's what I have to do in order to survive. And sometimes life is unbearably hard. That's okay, because nothing is forever. Whether it's good or bad, nothing is forever. Just keep that in mind and you'll be fine. That's what I keep repeating and telling myself as well. So it's gonna be good. Use if useful. My only ask is that if you like the content, hit subscribe, share this with your friends, and I'll talk to you again in the next video. That's a promise. Thanks a lot.